Alright, everybody. I'm Philip, and this is Philip's Empire. Welcome back to episode 3 of Nobel Legacy. I did do a few stuff off camera to kind of prepare for today's video, and that would be some research. I got the tavern, I got the church, we're working on the garrison stuff, and then we got the foundry, which was what I really needed. So, with that being said, we're gonna get started with the foundry, at least one of them. I'm not gonna put too much work into it. I just need to get clay going. Then I would like to jump in to try to get the tavern built. Let's go ahead and check recruits. She's grumpy. I don't really like that though. Not for her skills. She doesn't have anything that I currently need. He doesn't really have anything I need right now. Yeah. Alright then. Let's get some stuff going. May have to go get some trees and stuff, to be honest with you. Make sure they're actually working on something. Are they actually working on something? Yeah, they are. I did forget to check my mouse, make sure it have updated. It feels... doesn't feel like it normally should be feeling. It should be faster than that. It'd be alright though. So, if you remember back in episode 1 when I told you that I think trees are going to be an issue here, well, they kind of are. For example, that's the wrong thing. We only have 116. Had a little bit more, but I turned a lot of them into planks last night. But in the other area, I had like 1,000 plus of all of this, with me using it consistently. So with that being said, and we're also not getting any mushrooms over here. So I'm not really sure what to do about it, to be honest, because if I move them, well, for example, if I move them over here where there's a little bit more trees, I might actually do that. When I may actually do, well, they got trees over this way and down through here. Wonder why they're not. Oh, I just figured out how to do that. I just did that with that hotkey. I don't know. Anyway. So, since we're not getting no mushrooms, the only you can make fish soup. So, these fish in area is going to come in handy. Big time. Plus, it's also food. So, before I build anything else, I want to, looking from this view, I'm not going to be able to fit that tavern here. Yeah, a lot of clay over here. So I'm probably going to throw, we'll come back to the tavern once I start actually getting some stuff going around. Because I want the market place. Close to the storage house. And close to the tavern. So I was going to build it right here, but I didn't realize I didn't really leave no room with these houses, which I didn't really plan on keeping these houses permanently, because really where these houses are is where I was going to put the tavern. So with that being said, we'll worry about that later. Right here, somewhere around in here might be a good spot for just us. Like I said, it's nothing fancy. So hit the wrong button. Let's get over here and figure out what we're going to exactly do. So maybe chop some of these trees down and honestly just throw it. Oh, actually there's a spot perfectly right here that we could put it. And it will kill the rabbit spawn, but I think I'm okay with that. Because if we go here, how far is it from clay? Yeah, it's right by all that clay that we want. And then a little bit of a walk over here to this other clay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Because fishery can go right here and kill another rabbit spawn, but it'd be okay. Or actually fishery can go down, can go behind the storage house somewhere or another right here, and they'll hit 3 of these fairly easily. Which I'm not sure how that works. I'm really not sure how that works. If they actually have to be right onto the fishery to collect all of it, or if they just hit all of the ones in the general area. I'm not really sure how that works, to be honest. Anyway, let's get building. So we'll go as far over as possible. And then I really wanted to build this out of tier 2 stuff, but that's why I'm not going to make it all super fancy. We'll go down like that. We're just going to make it a small 4x4, nothing too fancy. That's actually probably too big, to be honest. Especially if we're going to be doing... We're going to make this decorative. Yeah, you know what? We're going to do it. We might as well do it somewhat right? And then... These is something that you're going to want multiple areas, and I'm feeling like we might end up wanting another tree somewhere. Not a tree, a lumberjack somewhere. So with this being said, let's go ahead and throw a small porch on this. Do we even need a porch? Alright, so we'll do... Gonna have him an inside area. Probably throw him a warm spot inside this, to be honest. Where do I want a window? Well, I kind of want this one. He's gonna get a view when he's out here working, to be completely honest, so I'm not seeing him needing a window. because I want it to be simple as possible, but we gotta get that decorative score and stuff so they work better. And then once we get clay going and stuff, we can always come back or whatnot. But I'm trying to put fireplaces everywhere. I know it doesn't really make much sense, but I'm having an issue with people being cold, and I'm not really sure what else to do about it. I'm putting overkill fireplaces, in my opinion. I'm even doing the little to no windows. That was a tip that I heard. Then I'm also doing the whole roof thing, to putting the ceilings to help. So I don't know. The only thing I could think of is having tier 2 structures, but I feel like you shouldn't have to have. That's something that I don't like, because if I want to build something out of wood, I shouldn't get penalized for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's just the way I feel about it. Before I do the roof, I want to make sure I can get everything I want in here. So with that being said, we will how do I want to do the roof? That's because what am I looking for? Where is it at? Right here. So we're gonna put this. Honestly, I hit the wrong thing. Put this right here. How does that look? I could probably go back some, to be honest. I was gonna put them a roof over here. And honestly, that's not much room, is it? And then you want this, like, close. It helps the efficiency, but it'd be okay. I'm not gonna go. We'll go like that. Then we'll throw. Was that everything that you had to have? No tools. We put tools like that. Then go here real fast. I need to get some lights out here. Do our normal torch just to get some light out here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to throw. I think I'm gonna have to throw. While I'm thinking about it, it's right here. They must have fixed the doors and stuff, cause in the windows, cause I'm not having. Knock on wood, I'm not having near as much trouble as I did with them. Now I'm still having a lot of trouble with the roofs. So we're just gonna add a small little extended porch to this, so I quit falling off of it. See, he's literally right there by clay, so that's nice. Very nice. But that messes up the view, so you know what we'll do? I don't like how steep that staircase is, but we'll go with it. That way I have more than one way to get off of the working area. Where am I? And I guess I could go collect the clay myself and then whatnot, but you just gotta build this anyway, so you know, it is what it is. So we'll put these. remove those staircases. So right there. That way it's just straight walk. And then we'll do here. Once I get everything kind of in their permanent spots, or if I decide to just end up leaving everything how it is, we're going to start doing some, we're going to start doing some, roads and stuff. So this, you can kind of walk out and there's clay that way, they can kind of come straight back. I'm trying to debate on, with the roof. Because out here, can I put one there? Honestly, how does that looks? Okay, I'm okay with that actually. But then, how do we want to go about? Did I even get that other one on right? I'm starting to think I did. Come on. This is going to make may have to scrap this because now that I look at it, that's not even right. Huh. Let's that's there. Why is it not working? No support, but there's support right there. See if this makes a difference. That's too many in my opinion, but while I'm thinking about it, if I can't do this, then this is a no-go. So we're gonna have to have I don't think there's any way to fill that in. I don't think there's any way to fill that in. There is a way. If this doesn't work, then we'll figure out something else. So inside, all I'm going to put in there is a little bit of decorations and a place to get one. And then I might throw an outhouse out this way because I need to put some more of those down. I don't think I got enough of them down. They help out a ton in happiness. Now they were supposed to have added right here. So nice little roof on here. Already got the decorator score pretty much just from what you have to have. That's nice. So nice, simple. It's gonna be a little overkill in size, but it's gonna be a little overkill in size. But they got a nice view. We'll have where's first things first. Let's get at least one or two of these in here. That's too much in the wall. One of them will probably be good enough, but eventually I'm going to have at least 2 workers here. So it's a little bit better. Alright, so then we'll have somewhere to sit. Which way is this door? See, this door is in there correctly, but I'm not a fan of which way it opens, to be honest. But we'll put a workbench. Hoping they can sit here and the cows didn't get it. Nothing too fancy. That's pretty much it. What I will do is I'll throw a treasure chest. And then we'll have out here like stuff that they have to get done, you know what I'm saying? And I forgot to turn those in different directions. Like different ores they gotta get done and whatnot. And then this is another good place to put candles. Probably be better to have and then put where's that seat at? Here's this. I'm gonna throw this out here. Just around back. Just to have at least one over this way. A little workbench, right here, and then here. Alright, I think it turned out pretty good, honestly. I kind of think it turned out pretty good. Could probably use some more light around the area. But,
Hey, yeah, how's it going then?
I'm pretty happy with it. I don't really like using torches, but we need another one over this way. Then we'll go into production, and all we're gonna want, because I think that's all they can get at first. And then turn off all this other stuff. And then let's get somebody over here. We got that done. We'll go to this. We'll get the signs next. Alright, so this guy needs a tavern. Ooh, this guy looks pretty good though, actually. Needs a tavern. Okay. So what happens if you, so you only need 1 and 1. I only need 1 and 1 right now. I'm like, okay. Who do I want to throw in here? I'll put Abigail in here for now, because she's so good at everything. And I think that's why I was doing such good at scholars, because she's a beast. She was well worth the extra money. So was the other lady that you can get by. Well worth it. And then we just want a miner. I could do the smelting on my own for now. And does it tell you if they're woodcutter? I got 2 woodcut. I forgot about that. I don't need her doing that no more. That's where all my trees are going, I bet. I didn't even think about that. I will put her... Put her down here. Helping. Because she's not going to be great, but... Oh, this is a... Gotta be a tradesman or noble still. They can only do this. Okay. Well, in that case, can she go into the library? No, she cannot. That's why I had her over there woodcut. I don't really put her in this for now. Production. We're gonna work on the builder next. I don't think I would like to get this blacksmith, but I don't think we can get that yet. Then we gotta work on this tavern. We'll scope out a spot for it. So yeah, we really need some people, some better ones than what we're getting. Just not happening. I'm stuck behind a tavern. But that's probably overkill, but I'm gonna help the porters out.
Hey, yeah, how's it going then?
Actually turned out pretty good. I actually like that for a small little build. It's not bad actually. I'm not sure how high you can go up on this, if it's just infinite. And honestly, we get a good bit of firewood, so we could probably... I guess this is infinite. Or does it stop at 50? No, I don't. We ain't putting no more in there. Now this storage house feels under built, but this one that you could the prefab that I built is actually nice. It's really not bad how they did everything in here. Unless this whole thing may be the whole storage market, I bet. But even like putting out, I mean, they did a nice little job for it. They don't have a warm spot, but there's really not enough room. Plus, it's open, so I do probably need to throw down. It's not going to be permanent. We will be moving these, but just trying to help with the happiness every little way possible. And then these little outbacks. I'd like to build like a town center or something with a lot of them on there, or do something similar how I did with my tavern. Have a bunch of them on the tavern. So I got 2 out this way, so that should be good.
Hey, how's it going then?
Did they just chop a tree down over here? That's... And did... Why is all these... Okay. So why is all these trees chopped down but ain't none of them finished? What is going on? What are they doing? Like, can I just not carry that much? I'm not sure what's going on with this. Normally wouldn't mess with them, that way they'll have something to do, but there just seems to be something going on with this. It's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with this. Why does the morale just drop so bad? I'm so confused. Another tree grown up. Trying to clean this up so maybe they'll start getting me some wood. There we go. I think I'm finally getting it somewhat fixed. Now my morale is dropping really bad. I bet there's somebody attacking. And I must have missed it. Cause it just dropped horribly. Why is it dropping so bad? And it doesn't really tell you what's going on. I say I wish you had more information. When I come over here, I wish it would tell me why it's not going up and why it's went down. Like I wish you had more helpful tips. If there is a way, please let me know. Oh, Heather, if I can get her, I need to get her. She needs to happen. She is so good at fighting. She's actually pretty good at talking, and she's pretty good all around, honestly. Yeah, she's another good one, but I've been told that put her in head of the tavern, not the tavern, the garrison. She's really good at fighting, is what I've been told. Why is it dropping so bad? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they're. I'm not sure why it just took a bunch of. Other than if there was somebody that I missed, because normally when the can't even want their card now. The people come to attack you. It will drop it pretty fast. Alright, before this episode ends, I want to get this tavern built. Or at least the start of it. So, let me go finish trying to clean up these trees so maybe they'll start cutting me trees down. And then we gotta figure out a spot for this tavern. I think this one's just bugged. Because it's not even going down. Or maybe I'll let him clean it up. We'll see. Alright, so... Tavern... I was going to put here... Actually, what if I build it the back end that way instead of the front end right here? Have the front end like in these two corner areas somewhere, or maybe start it off on the side of this, and then I could put this route. It's not too far from the store. That's maybe what we do. Let me go ahead and start cleaning out these trees because I do not want to waste any trees. So it's when crafting, but does that mean when he's like cutting something like trees or whatever? Or is it simply the stuff that he's crafting? Because I need more people, but I don't know if I want him. Don't know if I want him. I think we'll wait around. My morale has dropped significantly. I don't know why. Alright, so let's go ahead and clean this one out too. I honestly might build this a little bit farther down, because I want this to be kind of big. I want this to kind of be central in a way, and then I think I'm gonna start putting the houses, like the bigger houses that I'm gonna make here, try to make here soon. I might mess with the prefab off that between next episodes because I want to get rid of all those. And this is kind of the town center in a way. So if I come on down through here and go off and I don't know, right here in this direction, right? And just build a big tavern. It's not too far from that cross for people, and then it's going down here. And then, so where are we standing? We're standing right here. Right. So we're standing right here. You got this main road that goes down to here, which we're gonna have over here. We have our foundry, and we're probably gonna end up having to put move our lumber down here and whatnot. But I do like this little curve area. This would be a cool place to put some stuff. But we're gonna have but we also want to be closer to where we already at. But honestly, the more I'm looking at it, I think I like that idea. We're gonna start moving up this way. I think there's more trees. I almost want to move on all the way up here, but that's a pretty good ways for the fishing and stuff. You can always have more than one tavern. So the tavern that's going to serve this area, because I'm thinking moving trees, moving the lumber to lumberjack up here. There's plenty of trees. Because even if you move out this way, the tree's a little bit better. And I don't want to get too far from this water. That's why I wanted the tavern right here, because you had these two crosshairs. You had these two paths that connected, and you also had these two paths connected. Plus you had this nice lake behind. But trees are just the issue. So if I put the tavern right here, keep the forge here, that can move another, I don't know how to keep doing that, can move another forge up because there's some more materials up this way, along with another lumberjack up here. It's kind of far, it's kind of, where do we want to start putting houses is the question, because look how far they're having to come get berries. So if we just have a few, because we'll need another, this one might can get it, but it may be a little bit of a lot. I'm thinking about just moving everything up. So with that being said, and once we do, we can kind of keep this houses with workplaces, I'm thinking. We'll start building houses throughout this, like build us our own pathway, and then start building houses off that. Because like I said, there's a lot more trees up here, so building, so do we want to move this on up to proof for future expansions? Or have one down here? Keep pretty much what we already have, and then start working towards moving up, and then we can like get away with the old and whatnot. Because I think I could get a decently sized tavern right here. And maybe throw some more houses like behind these other ones here and there or whatever. And start trying to have like a little neighborhood. Leave what we have. Gonna end up moving the lumber, moving the forge. So pretty much gonna end up moving all this stuff. Really. So if we move up here, then we're taking, there's a lot of resources up here. So I don't know if we can go much farther up without being in the way of getting rid of resources. But that's a pretty good walk. Unless we just move all the way up here. I didn't want to just leave the lake completely. I wanted to keep the lake. But see, there's a lot of resources down here. Honestly, there's a lot of resources down here on the other side of the lake. So I guess we'll just build it here. And then I guess we can just move up over here to put the next forge hut, and then move another lumberjack up there, and a forager, and then have a few houses up there, and then maybe start just trying to connect the two, and then also maybe figure out a way to connect. Because over here it's good. Over here needs a forger bad. Like this is okay. Anyway, let me get on with it. Let's see this musician flood. Yes, this is the guy that I've been waiting on to come back. I messed up with the negotiation last time, and but he is going to be a really good for really just about anything. Oh, he can only work in certain things. So he could work in a blacksmith, he could work in a tailor, he could work in a stable. So, can he work in a tavern? Cannot work in a tavern. Dang it. Alright, with that being the case, let's throw him in a house. Tier 2 structure parts. I needed some more tier 2 structure parts. I'm not going to worry about it right now, because I'm fixing to probably come up with a better design. Then let's go to the foundry with those, confused. It said it could work here. So, is he just not... Oh, a blacksmith, not a, Oh, I can't put him anywhere right now, then. Oh, he's kind of a... Oh well, I guess what happened for when we can use them. Alright. Anyway, enough talking. So I guess we are, do we have any brick yet? Do we have any brick? Where'd you get it? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Sweet. Alright, so I want this to be, it's going to be 2 stories. I think I'm going to go up as far as probably... I was literally thinking about almost a 6x6. I like the 5x5, but it makes the roof good, and I think that's why I was having so many problems with the last one, because I liked the last one I built. It was, other than a few things, it was cool. So we're gonna go out a good bit, because I want a so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's huge. That may be too big, actually. That may be too big. I'm thinking that's too big. So we'll get rid of this one. That leaves it a 5.
A good day, is it?
That's not much of a... So kind of want a little balcony area out here. Like I said, the one that I built last time was really nice. I'm tempted to rebuild it just to see if... well, there's some things I wanted to change about it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's do this. This is a 5x5. And I'm hoping it will fit. I'm gonna make this a 2-story. If I make it a 6x6, because a 5x5 is fairly big. How did I make the other one? I must have didn't make the other one. Must have made the other one a 3x3. Because a 5x5 is going to have a middle piece. And then, oh, I'm missing bricks. Yeah, okay. So, I'm missing the necessary bricks already then. Okay. And then, so do we just want to off-center this to be a porch out here? These houses are kind of in the way now. This is quite big. I may leave some of these for a porch. I kind of liked what I did with the last one. Matter of fact, I think I saved it as a prefab. No, I didn't save it as a prefab. I thought I did. I did save that house that I did, but I think I'm going to do a little differently on it. I wonder how you get rid of these. Oh. That was one that I made. Well, we may not be finishing this. I need more brick production. What else can we do in the meantime? Can we help gather this? Is this just the issue of... Yeah, this is just the issue of them not... Just the just the issue of them not actually what's her name not actually making it. Why is she not working though? That's the issue. Oh, that's also how you make these. Okay. We actually need some of those for decoration purposes. I may just go ahead and end the episode. We didn't get much done, but I need to prepare. And this is going to be boring. Y'all sitting here watch me try to prepare. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode here. I know we didn't really get much of anything done. I'm sorry. But I'm going to prepare, get some bricks made up. I'm going to go ahead and mess around and figure out how I want to actually design that, because that's something else that's going to take a lot of time. And then when I actually get ready to build it, you'll be in the next episode. But so we didn't really get much done on this episode. Honestly, but yeah, I hate. It didn't really do much this episode. I hate to end it, but this is gonna be boring. Me sitting here making all kinds of bricks and trying to figure out. All right, then I guess I am going to end it. I'm sorry for like the. It's not. This is not one of the. This is going to be one of the not so great videos. I'm sorry, but next, like I said, I'm gonna try to prepare. We did get the foundry built. I'm gonna try to get some more brick production up and going. Try to figure out how I want the tavern. Maybe even try to figure out about getting designs for the next houses and stuff. But anyway, I hope everybody has a good day, and y'all catch y'all next time.